Hello everybody, my name is Aaron, aka Pulling Teeth, and welcome to week 7, I believe, of PTW. My god, we're 7 weeks in, we're almost 2 months in, that's mad. But ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking off tonight's show with a follow-on from the tag team fallout from last week. If you saw last week, there was an 8-man tag team match, and the winners of that 8-man tag team match would go on and be split into 2 teams of 2 to face each other, and the winners of that will go on next week to face Freezer and Freddy for the #1 contendership for the tag team titles. This is one half of that team, Jeff Hardy and Bryan Danielson. The American Enigmas was a team that was put forward for that, and I kind of like it. And here we have the other half of that match. The other team that have been split for this, Raven and Mankind. 2 hardcore legends, 2 people who made their names in the likes of ECW and WCW. Then Mankind went on and made himself world famous in the WWF. Here we go, Danielson and Mankind starting things off here. Danielson already taking Mankind down to the ground and locking the bow and arrow. Danielson's going to be the most technical person in this match by a long way. The rest of them, far less technical. Probably the closest after Danielson probably is Raven for technical ability. Well, Danielson is maybe the best in the world at that. Chops from Mankind. Gets dragged and elbowed onto the ground, and Danielson locking in a dragon. No, managed to get out of it already. Low blow from Mankind, not afraid to break the rules. Tags into Jeff. Double enziguri. Jeff Hardy has had some struggles, shall we say, since starting here in PTW. He has not got a single win under his belt. It's been loss after loss after loss. The nearest thing was that the 8-man last week, and he wasn't even part of the decision. But is this going to be a new start for Jeff? Teaming up with Bryan Danielson, is this going to be where Jeff takes off? Is this going to be where he suddenly finds his feet here in PTW? But it's going to be difficult squaring off with Raven right now. Raven throws Jeff off the ropes, drop down, off the ropes they go, they collide. Jeff a bit quicker. Raven drops Hardy again, knees to the top of the head, that's brutal. Jeff's kind of lucky that Raven was wearing knee pads, otherwise that could have been even worse. Suplex sends Jeff to the floor. And Mankind's got the barbed wire bat, he's got Barbie. But he gets caught, double arm DDT, and Raven's got a chair. Danielson's seen enough, he's on his way. Jeff Hurricane Rana trying to fight back, Jeff's managing it. Here's Danielson, all 4 men now on the outside. No disqualifications, no count outs. There's a light tube now. Jeff's just swinging that chair aimlessly. Raven and Jeff back in the ring. Snapmare from Hardy. Roll through. Drop kick to the face. Classic Hardy. Punch now and exchanges. Right hands for right hands. Or even maybe left hands. But Raven manages to drop him. Tags into Mankind. Jeff quickly retreats to tagging Danielson. There's a high-low. Total elimination. Forearm to Raven's face. Sends him scurrying back to his corner. And Danielson takes down Mankind, goes work the legs. Very, very smart actually, because Mankind, aka Mick Foley, notoriously bad legs. His knees are like held together with duct tape and goodwill at this point. Danielson takes down Raven. Mankind manages to save him. Raven with a pin, 1. Just a 1 count. Danielson retreats quickly to tag in Hardy. Off the ropes goes Raven. Jeff just runs into him. Dragon screw there from Danielson. Danielson being smart, working the legs of both opponents. If we saw how the match ended last week, Danielson criticaled Sabu. He locked him in the label lock and practically broke Sabu's neck. There was a fork there on Jeff, and Jeff's bleeding. I thought, yep, Jeff is bleeding. Atomic drop from Hardy. Drops the legs. Raven tags in Mankind. Of all the people in this match, the one I expected to bleed the least was Jeff. But he's the first one busted open. Maybe going to be the only. There's a total elimination again. Danielson with the cover. Jeff standing guard. 2.9. Almost had it. There's a quick takeover there. Oh, but pulling pile driver from Foley. Mankind with the cover. 1. No, just a 1 count. And Danielson quickly gets out of it. Turns like, is that all you've got? Danielson wants to kick their fucking heads in, as he would say, but Raven's doing a good job of trying to do that himself. Double Lindsay from Danielson and Hardy. Danielson up top. Diving headbutt to the back of Raven's head. Lamahi Stroll. 1. No. Too close. Raven back with those knees. Mankind thought about maybe dropping the elbow. Oh, Danielson just decked Raven. Go back with a bow and arrow now. Again, they're in the Raven and Mankind's corner. Both with low blows. Danielson thrown back into his own corner. Running forearm to the face. Go behind Schoolboy. No, far too close to those ropes. Here comes Jeff. Raven, though, with a punch combination to Danielson. Jeff throws a forearm. Insaguri. Drags Raven close to the centre. Oh, roll up of his own. 1, 2. So close there. Very, very close. Multiple forearms now. Hardy off the ropes. Sliding clothesline. And a cover. 1. No, Mankind's right there. Oh, mandible claw to Danielson. Well, bow and arrows in on Hardy. Danielson can't break it. Foley being smart there, locking in the mandible claw to keep Danielson from being able to break the submission on Hardy. Roll up from Jeff, but didn't realise Mankind's legal. Cover from Mankind. 1, 2. Jeff kicks out. That's up right to the eyes. And there's another double team. Oh, Hardy gets caught by Raven. Raven's holding him there. Mankind with a front drop kick. And now he's biting Jeff, trying to work on that wound. And then pulling pile driver to Hardy. Danielson, though, with the jawbreaker. Stuns Mankind. Long enough for Jeff to get back to his feet. Tagging Danielson. Danielson thrown him back over to Mankind's corner. But Jeff's holding Mankind off at the other side of the ring. Danielson's over here now holding him up. There's a lapel lock! This is what he won with last week. This is what he made Sabu. Well, he didn't make Sabu tap out. He practically broke Sabu's neck. He injured him. Atomic drop from Jeff while Mankind and Danielson are exchanging strikes. Mankind with the rolling forearm takes Danielson down. And now a headbutt takes him down again. Tags into Raven. And Danielson tags back into Hardy. Might not be the smartest of moves, considering how injured Hardy is right now. But Jeff's still swinging. He was the only man standing there for a second. Sent onto Raven's spine. Jeff's up top. Swanton to the back of Raven. Raven's taken the lapel lock. And now the Swanton to cover. 1, 2, 2.9. And then Mankind just bite Danielson. Jeff, Godbuster. Stands Raven up. Calls for something now. Just strike exchange between the two. Who's going to get the better of it? Jeff is with a wheel kick. Stands Raven up. Goes for another Godbuster. Yes, he does. Stands him up again. Oh, but gets caught with a low blow. Raven now gets caught. Head scissors. Oh, not even a head scissor, just a headlock takeover. Raven makes it to the ropes. Danielson just headbutted Mankind, took him out. Raven and Jeff just swinging now. Raven effect! There's the even flow DDT, but Danielson is right there to break it up. Danielson diving headbutt, but he doesn't connect. Danielson might have hurt himself more with that. Here we go, Danielson and Mankind illegal. Jeff, twist of fate. Twist of fate to Raven. Danielson sliding dropkick to Foley. They're both practically stacked on top of each other. Danielson diving headbutt, and again he doesn't connect. Mankind gets out of the way. Jawbreaker from Danielson, off the ropes. Oh, forearm, I thought he might be going for the knee. Now he goes up top, diving headbutt. It's taken a lot out of Danielson. Oh, just gets punched into the corner. Mankind rolling forearm, follows him in. It's Foley thinking here. Just a cover, but Jeff's there to break it. Up jabs from Raven, discus punch, but he gets caught into an airplane spin. Oh, Foley stops that. 3 of the men down, Jeff in the corner. Tag Jeff in. Here we go, they're in the corner, but Mankind's fighting out of it. Mankind pulling, pile driver to Danielson, and a cover onto Jeff. I'm not sure what happened to Jeff. What happened to Jeff? Danielson took the pile driver. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think the blood loss has got to Hardy. But that means Mankind and Raven, they move on. They're going to go on to face Freezer and Freddy next week, and the winners of that will go on to face the tag team champions at a future event. Maybe the upcoming pay-per-view that we've got in a few weeks' time, which is going to be PTW Famous Last Words. Stick around for that one. But coming up next, folks, we have a special exhibition contest between two major singles stars, one of which was recently in the hardcore division, but he's wanting to move up now. He's wanting to maybe make his claim for the world title. And so is this next person. So coming up next is going to be a singles contest between AJ Styles and Taz to see where they stand on the rankings. Stay right where you are for that one. That's coming up next. Here we go, folks. One-on-one competition. Who's going to state their claim? Who wants a future world title shot? Because you've got to think this match is going to have world title implications. We have a new world champion. If you missed the Christmas special, and the new world champion, the Joker, he cashed in his match against Sting. They went back and forth, fair contest, and the Joker got the victory. So he is the new world champion. So this could definitely put somebody in line for maybe being next at a title shot. This is not a number one contenders match though. This is not a straight up number one contenders match. It is just to see where these guys stand in the rankings. But you've got to think an impressive showing and you could be put straight up there. Later tonight as well in our main event, Paige is going to be defending the Women's Championship against number one contender Alexa Bliss. Stay where you are for that one, but there we go with this contest, AJ Styles and Taz. Here's something that you probably never thought you'd see. Styles dropping Taz down with an elbow to the spine. AJ double underhook. Taz counters it. This is going to be quite an interesting contest. AJ, the first ever PTW Hardcore champion before he lost it to Moxley. But he won the first tournament. He was a surprise winner of that tournament, to be honest. But it sort of put him out of contention for the world title, which he wasn't particularly happy with. But when he lost the Hardcore Championship, AJ wanted to be in the world title division. It's just taken until now for the opportunity to arise. Oh, but AJ, calf crusher. Early on with that calf crusher to Taz. So that move, Taz is going to be throwing suplexes like nobody's business once he gets rolling. You got to expect that. Oh, but a knee bar from Taz. Well, that's the thing that you want to avoid if you're AJ. You don't want Taz to start throwing you, because once Taz starts throwing you, it's difficult to recover. Speaking of, oh God, halfway across the ring. But AJ was in the ropes. That's the one disadvantage. Taz are rolling through. Armbar. AJ's able to break free from it. And go now. Taz is starting to find his groove with these suplexes. AJ's got to cut him off quickly. AJ's probably got to use his speed. AJ's got to try and fly around a little bit more. That's where he's going to have the advantage over Taz. But if you start going just trading hold for hold, Taz might have the advantage. Especially if you go throw for throw, Taz 100% has the advantage. He's not called the human suplex machine for nothing. This isn't out of his wheelhouse. Yeah, he decides against it. Here we go, forearm strikes. Maybe striking AJ might have the advantage. Yep, there we go. AJ probably does have the advantage striking. Oh, and going low. Cover from Styles, but a 1 count and Taz is out of it. Oh, Taz go behind. German drops AJ on his head. Oh, AJ now throwing the knees. You know, high flying AJ. You've got to go high flying and striking. That's where you're going to win. But in a submission game and a suplex game, I think Taz has got you beat. AJ went for an insecure, but Taz got out of the way. Drops him down. Go behind. Oh, roll up from Taz. 1, 2. Almost had him there. And Taz is starting to slow down. AJ is a stamina machine. He can go all day. But see, maybe he can't if Taz is going to keep dropping him on his head like that. 2. Taz almost had it there. Nope. Repeated elbows to the head. AJ off the ropes. Sliding in with another one. And into a chin lock. Try to slow Taz down. Stop him from throwing AJ around so much. AJ going for another double underhook. Whatever it is he's going for, it's not working. What are you doing, Taz? Taz with a splash. 1, 2. Taz showing that he can high fly if he wants to. Taz in the corner now. AJ follows him in, just gets kicked out. And Taz tells AJ exactly what he thinks of him. Deadlift German from Taz. but he was too close to those ropes. AJ goes for a drop kick, doesn't connect. Taz go behind and drops AJ on his head again. And a Kaja Hajime, the Taz mission. The Taz mission is in. Referee's right there, but AJ manages to escape. Oh, go behind. Another German sends AJ out of the ring. And Taz has got a chair. Oh God, just drops him. The human suplex machine has showed up this evening. Taz wants that world title. He wants that shot. Roll up from AJ, but it's on the floor. AJ doesn't know where he is. Look up, go behind. Another release. German dropping him on his head. It's like Taz is almost calling out Brock Lesnar at this stage with the amount of suplexes. Oh, Taz again telling him what he thinks of him. Dragon suplex now. Jesus, AJ going for something, but again Taz counters it. Taz is not letting AJ get anything, he's just beating him down. More chair shots now. AJ back in the ring, surprised he recovered that quickly, swinging the miss with the chair from Taz. And another release, head and arm Tazplex. Drags him out and a cover. 1, 2, 3. Taz just destroyed AJ in that one, my word. He threw AJ around like nobody's business. Somebody might want to check on AJ's neck condition, because my God, that was something else. Jeez. I think Taz wants his name in the world title picture. 100% wants his name in the world title picture, and it's hard to deny him after that. But ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we have a special tag team contest between two teams who we have yet to really see in tag team competition. We'll say that. We've got the team of Decay, which is going to be Crazy Steve and Abyss. They're going to be going up against the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. Omega taking a step away from the Elite after everything that's been going on with regards to the Bucks recently. He's taking a bit of a step away, trying to focus on something else, and he found himself an old friend in Ibushi. So let's see how these two teams rank up here in the tag team division in PTW. Stay right where you are for that one. Tag team competition coming up next. The tag division definitely heating up in PTW. It's maybe the standout division, but we've got two teams who are yet to really stake their claim in the tag division. Here comes Decay, Abyss and Crazy Steve. We saw them in the Trios tournament with Rosemary, who is going to be accompanying them to ringside. But we've not really seen them just as 2-on-2 competition. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do here. But here we go, Abyss and Crazy Steve. But they've got one hell of a challenge in front of them, in the form of the Golden Lovers reunited, Kota Ibushi and Kenny Omega. These two have not teamed together realistically in quite some time. Ibushi and Kenny. Or Ibushi. When am I saying Ibushi? I'm getting Omega and Ibushi combined into one. But here we go. Omega and Crazy Steve starting things off. After everything that went on with the Elite recently, culminating in that one-on-one match between Matt and Nick Jackson at PTW Static Age, then Kenny decided it's time to take a bit of a step away from the Elite for a while they all recover, while they all decide what their next step is. Kenny went somewhere else and found himself an ally once again in Kota Ibushi. Yeah, Omega running rings around Crazy Steve realistically there, but here comes Abyss and here comes Ibushi. That's a hell of a contest, actually. Could you imagine that one-on-one? Big drop kick from Omega and Ibushi with the standing moonsault. The teamwork between Omega and Ibushi is second to none. But it's going to be difficult to match the power of Abyss. Cover from Ibushi, not even a 1 count. Abyss just shrugging it off like it's nothing. Throws him off the ropes. Big boot from the monster. Goes for a clubbing blow, but Ibushi gets out of it. Snapmare. Look up again, and Ibushi a scoop slam to Abyss. Ibushi's not going to be intimidated. Tags into Omega. Ibushi dropped to that forearm. Abyss almost ignoring Omega. He's not now. Kicks them both away. Kicks both Golden Lovers down. Attempts at clubbing blow. Misses. Omega's got him in the corner. Oh, Abyss Torture rack. Shock treatment backbreaker. Tags into Crazy Steve. When did a light tube get there? I think I missed that. Oh, here we go. Double T from Decay, dropping Omega on his neck. And now Crazy Steve and Omega exchanging forearms. Kenny's landing on the forehead. Crazy Steve's landing on the chin. The slight height difference between the two. Here comes Ibushi now. Crazy Steve kicks them both away. So he manages to drop. Ibushi's got that light tube, but he breaks it over Kenny's head. Rosemary's distracting the referee. Not quite sure why. And now Crazy Steve's biting Kota. As Crazy Steve has now successfully busted open both members of the Golden Lovers. I think that light tube was the one that was smashed straight over Kenny's head and busted him. Oh wait! Golden trigger to Crazy Steve. Cover 1, 2, but there's Abyss to break it up. He had the light tube broken over Kenny's head, busted him open, and then biting Kota is what busted him open. But both members of the Golden Lovers are bleeding, and both at the hands of Crazy Steve. He now tags back into Abyss. Abyss short arm clothesline to Ibushi, clubbing blow to Omega. Omega goes for a lariat, misses, but clashes with the Hurricane Rana. Sets him up, kick to the spine. Nothing pretty there about that. Most of Omega's offense is very pretty. But when he wants to, he can get down dirty. Omega being dragged out. Chin lock there from Abyss, but it was broken up straight away by Ibushi. Kenny, atomic drop. And Ibushi off the ropes with a running palm strike. Combination again from Omega and Ibushi. Jumps over. Nice. I think that was kind of like a knee. Oh, but choke slam from Abyss. And he tags in Steve. Snapmare from Ibushi again. Ibushi just throwing kicks at Crazy Steve now. Hurricane Rana. Ibushi's taking them all on his own. Omega's in. Double team attempt. No, kicked away. Oh, and he's biting him again. And you could hear that from Ibushi just screaming in Crazy Steve's ear. So that's Kenny's ear as well. Shining Wizard from Omega. Stands Steve up but gets caught with a rake to the eyes. Steve retreats, tags in Abyss again. And Abyss has got a chair. Swing and a miss with it though. Hooked up super kick from Omega and gets hit with a chair shot in the back of the head. And now over the spine. Abyss going to town on Omega with that chair, who manages to break free and tagging Ibushi. Gets clocked with the chair while Abyss gets hit with a drop kick. Kenny working on the back of the knee there. Oh, golden trigger again. Golden trigger. Boom, right to Abyss's face. Ibushi, cover, 1, 2. Almost had it. Oh, strike combination, but gets caught. Goozled. Choke slam from the monster. And a cover, 1, 2, but Kenny's right there. Into a sharpshooter on Abyss. Kenny's not the legal man, so Crazy Steve's letting it play out. Abyss just fighting them both away. Here we go, here comes Steve again. Here comes Omega. Discus lariat, catches Steve straight in. Kenny went for the Phoenix Splash and Ibushi didn't realise he picked Steve up. Kenny crashed and burned there. They said there's been a bit of time that they've not teamed together. Oh, but Crazy Steve now with a submission attempt. Ibushi straight in there to block it though. Oh, Doctor Bomb from Steve. It's caught into another atomic drop from Omega. And here we go, forearm for forearm. Back and forth they go. Steve, drop kick. Dropped Omega onto the chair. Here goes Abyss again, here goes Ibushi again. Oh, double team. Dropping Omega on his neck. Hooked up Crazy Steve with the TNA kick. Abyss has got a light tube, that's one thing you don't want to see. Swinging a miss though, but catches him, goozled. Choke slam. And another cover, 1. But Kenny's right there to break it. Steve, double underhook into a face buster. Wait, Ibushi just did something to drop him. Missed into the air, and Rosemary's distracting the ref while the ref was going for that pin. Golden Lovers now taking advantage of the situation, beating up Abyss. Didn't last for long though, because the Decay have both got weapons swinging him. I connected. Oh god! That light tube just exploded over Ibushi's head. And there's another chair shot to the ribs. Ibushi escapes, tags in Omega. The Golden Lovers are a bloody mess. Forearms, clubbing blow, choke slam to Omega. Oh, but Ibushi's fighting out of it. Kicks him away. Kenny, bang. Stands him up, off the ropes. V-trigger. Drags him out in a cover. 1, 2. The 2.9 Abyss kicked out. Kenny forearm strike to Abyss. Rosemary just slid in another light tube and Kenny got hit with a mist. Powerbomb neckbreaker combination. Kenny just about shrugging the mist out of his eyes. But he gets caught and just sat on by Abyss practically. Abyss escaping it. Tags into Steve. Here we go. Another double team powerbomb neckbreaker combination. Abyss just stands him straight up. Rolling slap from Steve. Sliding knee. Abyss just moving that light tube out of the way for a second. Oh, but Kenny now tried to escape. Tags into Ibushi again. Golden trigger in their side of the ring. Boom! And Kenny goes straight into a sharpshooter. Interesting choice rather than letting Ibushi pin. Oh, but Ibushi just got decked by Crazy Steve. Steel chair. No, he decides against it. Oh, backslide for Ibushi. It's too close to those ropes. God, there's a double team again, dropping Ibushi on his neck. Swinging the miss with a chair from Steve. Oh, but they go in for another double team. Powerbomb neck breaker. Oh, God. So thinking, Kamigure. Cover from Ibushi, but Abyss is there to break it. Go behind from Steve, no. Steve's got the light tube. Steve's got the light tube. Chair shot to the head. He goes against it. Paradise lock. Paradise lock from Steve. Oh, you can't escape from Omega that much to break the Paradise lock. Oh, but Steve's got the chicken wing. I'm not sure, does he have a name for his variation on the chicken wing? God, what's going on here? The referee just went mad for a second. Back and forth they go, back and forth they go. Ibushi, big roundhouse. Tags into Omega. This should have been the main event. Golden trigger. Boom! Steve's got to be unconscious. Abyss throwing Ibushi away. Kenny's got the light too. Oh, but Kenny goes for a Crazy Steve. German on the apron. Abyss falls him out. Rosemary getting in on the action now. Steve's thrown back in the ring. Wait. Oh, I'm not quite sure what Ibushi was going for, but Rosemary just decks both of the Golden Lovers. Steve's taking a minute to catch his breath. Oh, but no, Abyss is caught. Golden trigger to Abyss. What's going on here? Crazy Steve, not sure what to do. Abyss has got the barbed wire bat. He's got Janice. He decides against it. Oh, chokeslam attempt on the floor, but no. Thrown to the barricade. Kenny's going up top. Kenny's going up top. Kenny diving knee to Crazy Steve. Ibushi's getting his ass kicked on the floor. Kenny, double foot stop attempt, but Crazy Steve gets out of it. Abyss, choke slam, cover, 1, 2, oh, Ibushi's there. Steve just tries to break Ibushi's neck and then jabs Kenny in the nose. Abyss now gets caught in a strike combination. Kenny not sure what to do, goes to tag in Ibushi. Abyss tags in Steve. This match is insane. Double underhook. No. He's calling for the Kamigure. Kamigure! And Abyss retreats quickly, but he's following him. What the hell? No, Abyss counters it. Suplex to the floor. Crazy Steve just took out Omega's legs. Oh God, Steve just got decked. Kamigure. There it is, and Steve's unconscious. The Kamigure and Steve is out cold. My God. Yep, Steve's unconscious. What a tag team contest that was. My word. That might be the best tag team match we've had. Apparently it's only 82%. I disagree entirely. I think that was fantastic. Whoever rated that one needs to get checked. Because my word, that was brilliant. But we've got to have to move on, folks. We've got to move on to what's coming next, which is a special one-on-one contest. If you saw last week, you saw that Martial Law beat Goku, which means that Martial Law technically has some form of victory over all three members of the Trios champions. So he now wants to see how he does against the main event caliber talent. So he is going to go up against the now former World Heavyweight Champion Sting. If Martial Law gets the victory over Sting, you got to think he's going to be putting himself in line for a possible title shot. Maybe that would mean that next week, actually we'll go with this, we'll just say it now. If Martial Law beats Sting next, Law will move on to next week face Taz for the #1 contendership for who will face the Joker at PTW Famous Last Words. So stay right where you are. We've got the match between Sting and Law coming up next. Here we go, folks. One-on-one competition here. Martial Law going up against the now former World Heavyweight Champion Sting of the Brothers in Pain. It's going to be interesting to see how Sting rebounds after losing the title at the Christmas special to the Joker, to a member of his own faction, a member of his own team. But Martial Law recently has been, well, not even recently, since he started, Martial Law has been on a goddamn roll. If you look back at the original tournament, Martial Law did incredibly well in that. Then in the Trios tournament, Martial Law did incredibly well in that. He's just been on fire. Oh my, interesting. After Sting has lost the world title to his own teammate, the Joker, Sting is out here as Joker Sting. We saw Joker Sting on the Halloween special, which is where where Sting won the #1 contendership for the world title. But he's brought that back out here. Interesting, and he's got all the Brothers in Pain at ringside. He's got the Clown Prince of Crime himself, the Joker, the new world champion, is out there. He's got Darby Allin out there in the hoodie, and he's got Finn Balor out there, the Demon King. Oh, Law with a backbreaker to Sting. Now going over the knees, working on the legs. But no, Sting able to break free from it. Hip toss from Sting. And another one. It's going to be interesting to see if Sting can rebound here and how Sting feels about being second place in the faction that he started. Already, it's only been going on a few weeks. And he's already lost the world title to another member of that faction. While Law's been on fire on his own, he's stepped away from having teammates. He's gone on his own path. The teammates, if anything, have let him down. So he's gone solo. Back and forth they go. Strike for strike as Sting gets the better of the exchange. Somewhat surprisingly. I think Sting's going to have an advantage in power, but I would have thought in pure striking, Law's got him down. Law's got him beat. Like I said, just strike for strike, but Sting stayed on his feet. Oh, for a second, but that dropped him. 1, 2, no, a kick out. That was the kick that knocked the Hurricane out cold. The hip toss there, but again goes straight into a chin lock, but Law breaks out of it. Backbreaker again to Sting. And again working on the legs. Smart move. Sting is no spring chicken. His knees are not going to be what they once were. Oh, but Sting just decks Law and works on the leg himself. Jabbing a clothesline attempt. Oh, strike combinations from Law. What he's known for in a roll up. 1, 2. Almost had him, but Sting breaks free. Insiguri attempt misses. Sting just stood and watched him. Shot in the ribs and now right to the eyes. And again, they scrape some of that paint off. Sting throws him into the corner. No, might have been thinking Stinger splash, but didn't go for it. Just know all the Brothers in Pain are watching. Mounted punches to the back of the head. Interesting that Joker's on the side on his own. He'll go behind for Sting. No, he gets low blowed. Law up top. Double stomp to the spine. Is he going for another? Yes, he is, but Sting avoids that one. He said, I'm not letting you hit that twice. Drops him. Oh, but gets caught with a knee. Law thinking here, just a quick kick to the head. Go behind from Law, go behind from Sting. Takes out the legs. I thought he might be going for the death drop, but decided against it. God, just a small kick to the head again. Shot to the ribs, rake in the face. Cover. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Sting dragging him out. Off the ropes they go. No, holds on. Oh, Sting was going for a clothesline, got caught with a spinning kick. And the cover. 1, 2, 3. Law just put Sting down in somewhat quick and decisive fashion. The brothers in Paige don't know what to make of this. Law, I'd get out of there pretty quickly if I were you. My God. Law just put Sting away with a back spin kick. Just dropped him like he was nothing. That's the former world champion, the current longest reigning world champion. And Law just put him away with 1 kick. That was it. He was done for. Well, we've got to move on to our main event, folks. Our main event coming up next for the Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss is challenging Paige, the near unstoppable Paige. Paige has just been, she's been on another level recently. Since the start of PTW, can Alexa Bliss wrestle away that Women's Championship? Can she do the impossible and beat Paige? We will find out in our main event coming up next. Main event time, everybody. Women's Championship is on the line. The Women's World Championship or World Women's Championship? Women's World Championship, that sounds better. The Women's World Championship is on the line. And here comes the challenger, Little Miss Bliss, 5 feet of fury herself, Alexa Bliss. She earned this in an interesting contest where she managed to knock out Lara Croft with a DDT. And then we saw a little bit of what she could do going against Paige in that huge 8-person contest, the 8-person tag contest at the Christmas special. My mind went blank there for a second. But here comes Paige, the single most dominant champion in PTW. Virtually unbeatable. I've yet to see anyone even come close. I mean, we saw that Paige was a little bit wounded in that 8-person contest, but she came back, and she came back to win the thing. So Alexa has got her back against it here, and Paige already started with the headbutts. Down to a chin lock there. Alexa firing a forearm right into Paige's face, and another one, multiple now, spinning Paige around, but now gets caught with the dragon screw. Alexa's got to avoid those headbutts. Once Paige gets going and throwing those, it's pretty much all over. But Alexa's got grit, she's got determination, and Alexa's a pretty good high flyer. She's an underestimated high flyer in my opinion. So she could, if she starts throwing high risk moves and high flying in there, she could probably get the advantage over Paige. It's if she gets the opportunity to start doing those, or if Paige is going to keep her grounded. Paige already trying that. Off into the corner they go. Alexa firing out with a kick. No, brought down there with another knee to the ribs. And straight off the buckle. Thrown to the corner. Bliss follows her in. Sits her on top. Goes up. No, shoot headbutt. Drops Alexa. Oh, no, Paige comes down. Paige was thinking about it, but doesn't decide to fly. Snap suplex there from Alexa to try and gain some advantage, and now they're back and forth with these forearm exchanges. Drops Bliss down. Paige gets the better of it, but Paige is slowing. Maybe she's still feeling the effects from the Christmas special and the Bliss DDT. She doesn't go for the pin. She goes for running knees instead. Super kick. That could have been a major mistake from Bliss for not going for the pin there. Paige is weak at the minute. And now she started throwing the headbutts. But Alexa gets out of it pretty quickly. Smart move from Little Miss Bliss. Doesn't want to stay in it for long. Paige off the ropes. Clothesline. Cover. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Bliss with another DDT. Cover this time. 1, 2. Paige kicks out. Paige thrown to the outside from Bliss, who takes a second to catch her breath. Paige, no, not doing the same. Paige straight back in there. Paige, she's getting hit with those multiple forearms now from Alexa. Heel kick to the back of the head. Drags her out. What's she thinking? Just another cover. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Oh, roll up. Way too close to those ropes. Referee Jessica Carr right there. Shoot headbutts though for Paige. When she starts throwing those, it gets dangerous. Drop kick though to Bliss. What'll happen there? Sort of a block of a strike. Bliss taunting. It's not the time to taunt Alexa. You've got to finish her off. Paige is exceptionally dangerous. We've seen this. You have an opportunity here. You've got more of an advantage over Paige than anyone has so far, one-on-one. Oh, but Paige Alabama slam. And into the PTO. Into the PTO, trying to get the better of it, but no. Alexis escapes from that one. Oop, Alexa with an octopus hold. Paige rolls out of it. Hurricane Rana from Bliss. Stands her up. What's Bliss going for? Running head scissors. Paige straight up. More headbutts. More headbutts to Alexa, who just kicks her off. Both these women struggling to maintain any sort of advantage right now. Shot to the ribs, and Alexa again taunting. Alexa, not really the time. You're in a championship match, a main event. Twisted Bliss, but too close to the ropes. Paige, though, takes advantage. Rampage! And doesn't go for the pin. She goes for the PTO instead. Got to those ropes. Might have been a mistake. She probably would have been better pinning her. Oh, God, just a straight headbutt. Paige up top now. Knee drop. Right to those ribs. Drags Alexa out. Mounts and into those headbutts again. Paige is starting to find a groove now, but Alexa, German, too close to the ropes. Paige into her headlock, slowing the pace down. Doesn't want Alexa to build up any momentum. Alabama slam. Paige up top. What's Paige thinking? Bliss is up. Missile drop kick from Paige. Into the PTO. Center of the ring. Can Alexa get her free from it? She does. DDT from Bliss. Alexa, pin her. Pin her, Alexa. Oh, she does it eventually. She stood her up to go for a roll-up. 2.9. Bliss could have had that. Another roll-up. 1, 2. Another 2.9. I think Bliss could have had it. Oh, Sister Abigail. Bliss could easily have had the win if she'd have gone for the pin straight away off the DDT, I think. But Paige is now just starting to kick out repeatedly. Forearm for forearm, they go. Paige, clothesline. Bliss is up. Drop kick. Bliss knees. More headbutts. What does Bliss call those knees? Insult to injury? Something like that. Drop kick again from Paige. Keeps standing Bliss back up. Alabama slam. Oh, but caught in a drop toe hold. There's the insult to injury to the back of the head this time. DDT again, but Bliss is too tired to counter it, to take advantage. Paige got up before Bliss did. Oh, octopus hold again from Bliss. No. Oh, Yoshitonic. 1, 2. Oh, I thought she had it. Into the corner. Bliss sitting Paige up top, follows her up there. Paige, headbutt, drops her. Paige is waiting. Paige is waiting. Missile drop kick again. Took a lot out of Paige though. Both women back to the feet at the same time. Paige starts throwing the headbutts. This is the most in jeopardy Paige's title has been. Diving Hurricane Rana. PTO. There it is. There's the tap. Paige defends the Women's Championship once again, but this time it wasn't without a fight. My God, Bliss brought her A game in that one, but it just wasn't quite enough to put Paige down. Paige defends her Women's Championship. Less convincing fashion this time. Bliss could have had it once or twice, but she made some rookie errors, to be honest. And Paige took full advantage and got the victory. thank you everybody very much for joining me in this episode of PTW. It's been a genuine pleasure once again, as per usual. Coming up in just a couple of shows' time, we are going to have PTW Famous Last Words, our second ever major event. Look forward to that one. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!